The best World War II strategy games. World War II is commonly depicted in historical fiction in books, television shows, films, and video games. For a long time, the scenario had been used for toys and tabletop games, but it wasn't until the late 1990s that World War II became a reliable source of inspiration for game makers. 1. Partisans 1941. Captain Zorn is a Red Army officer with a strangely Cockney dialect and a proclivity for flinging knives. Partisans 1941 is a superb real-time tactics game about resistance warriors on the Eastern Front, and he's the key character. He's in a German prisoner of war camp when you meet him. Zorn constructs a guerrilla headquarters after escaping into the forest to meet Comrade Fetisov, who is skilled with a submachine gun, and Youth Sanik, who can leap over barriers. As the commander, you must manage recruits and arrange operations for them to participate in, such as damaging bridges and assassinating commandants. 2. Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes, without a doubt the best real-time strategy game set during World War II, puts players in the shoes of soldiers who fought in both the Battle of Normandy and Operation Cobra, the Allied mission to drive the Axis powers out of France. Company of Heroes has a terrific narrative and an online option in which players can play on both sides of the Allied/Axis divide, requiring a deft touch and keen eye on troop movements. It's a fantastic game that, together with its outstanding sequel, is highly worth playing on PC. 3. Company of Heroes 2. The initial game's outstanding physics and clever real-time strategy made it an immediate hit. The action in Company of Heroes 2 moves to the Eastern Front. The base game allows players to command the Red Army and the Wehrmacht Dossier, and it incorporates tactical gameplay with realistic weather conditions. The US, British, and alternative German armies were later introduced to the game as playable sides. Relic Entertainment's efforts on Company of Heroes cemented its reputation as top-tier real-time strategy game developers. 4. Commandos II, Men of Courage. Commandos II, Men of Courage is a stressful puzzle game that chronicles the missions of a group of Allied commandos caught behind enemy lines. Unlike many other games set during this historical period, storming in with weapons blazing is not an option. Instead, players must act as spies, gather documents, divert patrols, plant bombs on targets, and other similar tasks. While the game's scenario isn't tied to any historical events, Commandos II, Men of Courage provides players a taste of the close calls that many clandestine operators faced during World War II. 5. Hearts of Iron 4. Hearts of Iron 4 is a massively complex PC strategy game in which you command a single nation from the mid-1930s to 1950s. It's fascinating because, while some real-life occurrences are scripted, they only happen if the tale progresses in a certain manner. In order for Anschluss to take place, Germany must first complete certain tasks in the game. Later expansions provided the opportunity to play as minor countries like Romania and Hungary in the war. 6. Men of War, Assault Squad 2. The Men of War series, of which Assault Squad 2 is the most popular, is a lesser-known real-time strategy game that takes place during World War II. It's a thick, complex experience, but it's not easy to get your head around for newcomers. It has a lot of cool features, like multiplayer that scales up to 8v8 and a mode dubbed Direct Control that allows you to control a unit on the battlefield from a third-person perspective. It was released in 2014, however it is no longer being supported, and its performance is inconsistent. 7. Steel Division 2. Steel Division 2 allows users to command military campaigns in a 1-to-1 scale during World War II. Thousands of troops must be brought into place, supply lines must be controlled, and vast maps must be memorized. Steel Division 2 is a well-received title with a high level for authenticity. It's an extensive game, possibly more involved than casual gamers have patience for, but it's a well-received title with a high bar for realism. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.